the stream starts faster if you imagine Niagara Falls.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Niagara. Niagara Falls. Oh, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the YouTube in your face hole. The Amigos Co. Vandal, Legion, that other guy. Welcome. It's holiday time. It's almost Christmas. It's almost New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. That's how you say that word. It's the silly season. There's no doubt it's the silly season.
It's like more than a week from New Year's Eve.
It's the winter solstice.
You got plenty of time to stock up.
Oh, well, yeah, but that was just my intro. I was just using it. I wasn't being literal. I was being lateral. Is that the right word?
We're being serious for once on here?
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, you know what, guys? I gotta go wash my cat.
Wash my cat. Can someone tell us in chat that they can see us and they can hear us and, all that kind of good stuff. But how's it going, fellas? I was saying in the pre-show that there's been a lot of negative news, negative Nancy, Nelly, Nathan news in the last few days, and it's tough, man. It's tough. Everyone's against us. They're all out to get us. I won't stand for it, and I don't want to talk about it because I get the rage sweats.
So we're all gonna sit here and listen to My Chemical Romance and think about the good times.
I'm gonna get my guns out because I'm ready to punch on. No, I'm not. I was just, I was just saying that this was the last show for the year, but apparently I also don't know how to operate a calendar because there would technically be a show next week, but that was my mistake. Yeah, so it's not the last show.
Said beforehand that we wouldn't bring it up so that Adam wouldn't be a liar, then he's such a nice guy that he had to bring it up anyways.
Yeah. I didn't want to admit anything, but I've got a story for you. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's been a disappointing week in the news, and we need to de-stress, enjoy ourselves, celebrate the good times, celebrate the good people, celebrate the good vapes,
sunshine,
celebrate the good beer.
Good beer. Oh, Steve's playing with new toys. Steve's got a new toy and dangle clack. Straight up dangle clack. Nice.
See, he's got to do it here and test it first so it looks good on the original channel.
Yeah.
I might just go ahead and welcome everyone in chat. Mr. Mowgli, welcome to you. Matthew Welch, also Matthew Welch. Erwin, farted. There was a very funny thing that happened. Mr. Vapor Swaggins came in and made a very funny comment, but YouTube didn't allow it and wouldn't allow any of the wrenches to pass it. So Swaggins, I hope you are semi-hard at this point in time. Mr. Wintucky Shine, what's up? Who else is here? Wide Talk with Big G. Dennis, Big G. Dennis Michael. Erwin, I said hello to you. Squongus, the anecdote is also here. And Mr. Great Wombatsky, I hope you're doing really well, Rob. Chris Vandal, hi to you. Yeah. Jeremy motherfucking Clark, yo to you, bro. George D. We got all the fan bam here. That's all that matters. It's holiday season. It's time to eat inappropriate things, say inappropriate things, and
hang out with your ho-ho-hos.
Indeed. Poopy, why don't you tell us what you're vapping on, bro?
Hey, you what I'm vaping on? Well, then why don't I do this?
Oh.
And I'll do this. Hey, hold that. I'm vaping on beer. I got my beer ready. I have been running around all morning, moving boxes, helped someone move. You know those great big Hellstrobe wire spools? Two of us had to lift one of those onto a trailer this morning. It was not fun. Those things weigh a ton. So haven't got anything new, haven't got anything exciting. I got beer because I was hot. So yeah, I'm vaping on that. That is the RDA for vaping, the Odin with some lovely redback pomegranate and apple juice. That is a killer setup. Still vaping on this. Can't quit it. It is Ultim. It is small. It spins. It's lovely. It's filled with what is it filled with? It's filled with this blueberry cake. It's delicious. Still vaping on this thing. I put the rebuildable in it.
Did you now?
I need to rewick it. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. It's a nice little setup, and the rebuildable is really simple. I put in a Breeze Tones mouth lung coil in there, but yeah, I just need to rewick it. It's not quite right yet. I haven't mastered.
Operator error is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what have we got in there? I've got some rocket blast. That's it. Literally like lazy ass setups. I've got other things lying here like this, this, and this. And this.
If you do that, you have to hit them all at once. That's the rules.
If I go careful, if I squeeze a little bit, you can hear it.
You're
Yeah.
Wolver vapor, dude.
Sneaked.
The thing is that they're all pod systems. They're all not very satisfying. They're all okay, and I'm not actually vaping them. Let's push them to the corner again. Pull my 3 setups close. That's all I need. And my beer, which I'm going to open now.
Oh, cheers.
And that's an import.
Oh,
Kampai.
I got beer in my belly button.
Cheers. You're supposed to open it with your eyeball, in your eye socket. That's the way they properly do it. Yeah.
I have beer on my shirt. I will be spending the next hour stinking like a bar.
At least it won't matter when you pee your pants. It'll all be that. Then you'll be like, I am in a nightclub. Yeah.
Yes, I've smelled like this before.
It's nothing new. Mr. Vandal, are you vapping, bro?
I got my top side with the goat, and then I got Mr. Mitch Hobbit's yogurt. But I'm almost out of my favorite, the mixed berry lemonade. I was vaping also on my Caliburn, but I lost it. I think I put it in the laundry, so it's somewhere. I gotta find it. My dog might have sold it, someone, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I got.
I wonder. I was going to ask a question about dogs and nicotine levels, but I'm not even going to go there. But I'm sure you can imagine what I was going to say. Yeah. What am I vaping? More of the same. I got my MTL dueling MTL DNA chips, 2K funds, and yeah, these are always set up. One has a little custard cookie from Sad Boy, and the other one has a Frank and Atticus. Why can I never remember the name of the recipe? The chai latte. That one. It's got some stuff in it. I'm also vaping. Yeah, I'm really selling it. The Juggernaut V2 on the Big Boy 250C Odin. That one has strawberry something from Mr. Beecher and Mr. Eric. Vinyl and Vapor. I'm still going with the Type 2 on the DBV3 by Squid Industries. That has little bullet bolu in there because, yeah, it's very tasty. And yes, the Denali Snowcap Mods 21700 mechanical with the Nightmare 25. I think I overdripped in something in that, so it's probably got a multitude of flavors. Probably Frank and Atticus, probably one of Coil Turds, and probably also another Frank and Atticus. I'm running the Neapolitan RDA. It's a new thing. You should try it. Completely mess up your sensory perception.
So can you taste anything out of it anymore?
Yeah, it's just I'm just going to call it tropical fruit cup. Let's just call it that. It's
hot sugar.
Hot sugar.
Sugar.
Yep. Hot sugar.
I just spent like $13 on two boxes of 24 on Amazon because I could. I thought it was a good deal. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. I didn't want to keep that, for purely one e-liquid. I wanted to try all my e-liquids on the same wicks and the same device. So I've done that. Yeah.
Same wick and everything.
I've done that.
Yeah. Not by choice. It was user error, and I've decided to own it. Yeah. User error. Yeah, a few more people in the chat. Thanks for joining us for the pre-Christmas stream on the Amigos. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I guess I was catching a little bit of the vaping with the Omis, and they were talking about this year, and it's been an absolute dumpster fire of a year. There's no point denying that. For you fellas, have you got something that did happen this year that was positive for you, and you'd like to, bring it up and share the love? It's like,
No, actually, I could tell you my story, which is very positive for the past year for me personally, but I feel really bad because then everything sounds like look at me, I did great. My channel has grown, my community has grown, my reach to people not just on the viewing side but in the industry has become stronger. My equipment has improved. Frank and Atticus got released this year, and I love that. I mean, it's been an awesome year for me. I don't leave the house by choice most days anyway, so yeah, I've kind of done okay. I haven't really suffered, and I kind of feel really guilty about that. Like, I know it's been a shitty year, but because I live in the middle of nowhere and I never leave the house, I've done okay out of this. So I feel bad.
no, I don't think you should.
You've done something to like make it better. You know, you're not taking away from anyone else by having a better year. And I know, like, you know, it is what it is. You're gonna feel that way, but man, it's good to have it.
Also, the people that will draw inspiration from that, seeing, you know, good energy emanating in, you know, places where it's very easy to find negativity. You're a beacon, you know, like those things are beacons for positivity. So yeah, I wouldn't. I'd frame it differently. Yeah.
Think about the people watching your channel, seeing how much your production values have changed, you know, over this year alone with the stuff that you've done, and you're going to inspire someone else to do the same thing, you know.
See,
I hope that I inspire people to be better than me. I'm okay, but I could be better, and I want them to be better than me. I want us all to be better. That's the bottom line.
100%. The only person you compete against is yourself. So that's the key words there. See, Hope even says that don't feel guilty. Happy to hear it. So glad. Absolutely. It's good energy attracts good energy, and that's
Also, I have the magic power to do this.
nice. I'm kind of disappointed you didn't, you know, superimpose one of our faces on there. That's minus 1 point for me.
If I'd had more time this morning and I hadn't been out moving cardboard boxes and big wooden spools, I would have. I literally did that one just after we logged in. And the other one that I tested this morning was this one. Whee!
Very nice. You should just that. That's insanely good. It's like, and now reporting with the news, poopy.
You should bring people on and just get in, like, gotcha journalism. You know what I mean? Pop that up real quick.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that than News Corps. There's no doubt. Yeah. Mr. Vandal, anything you'd like to share with this past dumpster fire year?
Well, yeah, there's a few things. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I actually met vape friends from online in real life. You know, I got to meet Danny Castle, and I'm really standoffish to meet new people. But he seemed to, at first, you know, to be a real cool guy, and he grew up into me to be a real cool guy. You know, he's always like just want to hang out or take some photos, so that was cool. Got to meet other people in the community, you know, online. I'm actually, for some reason, thinking it's cool to be 34 years old and stream video games on here, but here I am and I'm having fun. So, you know, that's some positive out of it. And then people come and people like to hang out. So, you know, on top of all the bullshit that happens, you know, there's always a cherry, and that cherry tastes good.
Oh, saucy. Indeed. Yeah, I think I'd like to elaborate a little bit on that. There's been an awful lot of, you know, bad stuff, surface stuff, things that affects people's lives. But if anything, the connection of humans has been a huge thing for me this year. Gotten closer with people with more accurate communication, you know, getting in touch with one's feelings, that whole situation. This has been a huge one for me this year, and always got to keep changing, right? Keep changing. Yeah.
Mowgli sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah,
I took a field trip to the den today. I stepped out on the porch a couple of times for deliveries. It's nice to travel.
Indeed. Yeah.
I feel you, man. I feel you absolutely.
Yeah, I at the start of the year, I did have a full-time job that was working from home, even though I did a little bit of travel. And then when it all went down, I was like, okay, I'm still at home, and I'm not really noticing much of a change, except that I can't go to the shopping center anymore. And yeah.
Which, you know, is a bit of a relief, admit it.
Yes.
All those people, all the smells, all the elbows.
Yeah.
Well, that baby spit.
I saw a picture on Facebook, and it's like, can you believe we used to stand this close? It was like a hallway of like a mall or something, you know, and people are like within like a foot of each other. I'm like, man, that fits. I've always been uncomfortable being close to people, but imagine after this, now the people that don't like it, you know, going back to like, I guess the norm, you know, can we just keep it like this, kind of, you know?
Yeah. Can we not see people in real life? Is that's yeah. Yeah.
I gotta get a 3D printer.
We'll all get those bubble suits.
Yes. Yes.
And all halls will be 1 foot smaller than every bubble suit.
What are those?
It'll be Bollywood Lost Temple. Or Zorg
balls, whatever they are. The ones, you know, you go inside the transparent ball and they push you down the hill. One of those.
The ones where you can go walking across the lake in it.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah.
You might drown, but because the water gets inside of it, and then you drown inside the tumbler.
I think he means like the full ones with the air, Adam. You mean? But I think Steve, you're thinking about the ones where you can hold yourself.
Yeah. And you go rolling right across the lake.
Yeah.
And then you get stuck in the middle, and you're like, "Fuck! What do I do now? Oh no, Niagara Falls! Shit!"
That would be the best way, I think, for anyone to decide any like kind of argument. Get them in those sumo suits where they fill up with air on Niagara Falls, and then if you knock them off, and they got to float over, and that's how you win.
Yep. Nice.
I beat the barrel.
I'd watch that on a sports channel.
It's probably already on one of those wacky TV shows hosted by Joe Rogan in 2004, you know? It's like extreme golf, extreme eating bug pig butts. It's like, oh. So, yo, Joe Rogan, dude, you gonna eat this for $12? All right.
I keep looking at my watch because I am expecting a delivery, and I'm expecting, of course, they're going to come during the moment we're streaming. So if I disappear, you know where I'm at. Yep.
Unless it's something you really, really want, in which case it won't come till Friday.
Indeed. Yeah. No, you get the notification it's going to arrive on Friday, and then doesn't arrive on Friday.
Of course, because Christmas.
That's right. Yeah. I do have one small parcel that's coming from the US, which has been in the country longer than it took to arrive from the US. So it's traveling in the middle of Australia somewhere at the current moment in time.
So is there like postal service kangaroos hopping around having fun or what?
I think so. They're getting paid overtime though. They're a little bit slow on the upkeep, but they're getting paid. Yeah.
Benefits.
Yeah. Yeah. What about anyone else in chat? Anyone else in chat like to chime in with a positive message of this year? You know, have you what have you done? Have you worked on yourself? Have you changed your ways? Have you had anything big and positive? Because there's been a lot of good news out of this year, but it gets clouded up by the shit. Yeah.
Have you changed your underwear?
Have you changed your underwear? That is a very important question.
Does anyone still wear underwear?
Oh God!
Why are you wasting time washing clothes that don't matter?
Welcome to the new channel, Legion Hangs Out.
Legion's Commandos. You could just call it.
I stopped wearing underwear like 20 years ago, and I'm waiting for the rest of the world to catch up.
I don't know. It's really uncomfortable. I can't go without underwear, man.
Yeah, nah.
Kind of freaks me out.
I feel really constricted if I wear underwear.
Yeah. Well, it's like, for me personally, it's like you ever have like one single Red Bull in a bag and it's walking in front of you and it's hitting your legs. That's what my nuts feel like. I'm just saying.
What? I'm glad I didn't hear the rest of that sentence. I was addressing something in chat and I was like, what?
It's hot and sweaty here. They're just pasted to the side of my legs.
Ew.
Do you have a mesh seat or is it with leather? Steve's like a hot arrow in the summer.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I hit the bong before the show. That's why I look like Steve Buscemi and what's that kid from SNL? And they had a love child.
Goldie Hawn.
Pete something.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson, yeah.
Oh yes.
Right now, Steve Buscemi had like a baby with Pete Davidson because I got the shed time eyeballs.
On a complete tangent, I discovered something this week which has kind of rocked my world a little bit, is the Sarah Silverman podcast. Not someone that I would be like, hey, she's got a podcast, and I just happened to randomly find it. Thank you, YouTube algorithm. I really like her brain. She says a lot of things, and it's an absolute worth your time. If you like Sarah Silverman, you will like her whole lot more.
Rough when she was coming up, but she's actually pretty smart and funny.
Yeah. It's
My impression of her has always been that a lot of people probably aren't really getting it. She's really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
She plays sort of ditzy. She plays silly. She plays a bit weird, but in the back, there's shit going on.
Yeah, just a lot of the things that she says is common sense, and that's what I think attracts me to it. It's slightly funny, slightly dark, slightly real, and certainly an awful lot of common sense. So yeah, you should check that out if you're looking for something a little bit.
Not only that, when she smiles, her entire face goes crooked, and it's completely adorable.
Yep.
I'm serious, like her smile is like this, and it's really adorable. I don't know. It gets me every time I see her. Like she cracks up, and her face just twists.
Yep. Maybe she's got a dental problem. I know.
Like maybe she's got lockjaw.
Yeah. That was very inappropriate of me, and I fully retract that statement. Sorry, everyone.
You say sorry for just saying like an average comment. Oh my god, we can so cool with the hill tonight. But we got some people in the chat dropping like some of the good things that happened to them. Wire Talk with Big G said best thing that happened to him in 2020 is just rediscovering his artwork and his love for drawing. It's good for his mind and his soul, and I think we all agree if you've seen it, it's beautiful work.
Yeah. 100%.
Robert Darking says best thing for me this year was my last cigarette on the 1st of March, which is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope you made that little reminder in the calendar, like your Google Calendar, whatever. So every year it comes back and it hits you in the face like, oh, it's been 3 years. Oh, it's been 4 years. Like, it's awesome to have that reminder every year that, how long it's been that you've been free.
Yeah.
I drank that beer way too fast.
What?
I'm just going to sit here and be quiet for a while.
I just drank that one too quick.
I'm dehydrated. It's been a long week.
You never drink though, huh? Like ever? Like
I don't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah.
It kicks in a lot faster than it used to.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel that too.
The problem is that I don't drink the way I used to, but I still drink at the speed that I used to.
Ah, yes.
Those don't work well together.
Especially for me, it's a habit. Like if I go out like to like a bar or something, because I'm used to smoking cigarettes and drinking, and so to substitute that motion, I'll drink beers a lot faster too. And that's when the next thing you know, I got a drunk biker chick peeing on me, trying to help her into her car.
What?
I thought I told the story on here before. But
What bars do you go to?
no, this was like a year or so ago, and it was with a buddy I used to work with. And we used to go to this bar, and it was I can't remember the name off of my head. I'm too stoned right now, but it's over in Henderson, and it's like an old biker bar. It looks like the one that you'd see in Terminator 2, and he steals the guy's clothes and all that stuff. Anyways, so we'd go in there on the weekends and drink, and they'd always have like motorcycle meetups. And then like one day they were having like a memorial thing for one of their buddies. So we waited till they all left to go over because we're not a part of that. We don't want to like intrude. And so we're hanging out, and like a couple of them were still there, like, oh, you guys here? Would you guys like to donate? We're like, sure, yeah, whatever. And this chick was like, oh, I'll buy you guys a shot since you donated. Woo! So, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. So she gave us a shot, and then like I guess like an hour or so later, her friend's like, hey, came up to us after all the guys left, and it was like them and like some random people in the bar. And like, hey, our friend's like passed out drunk on the floor, blah blah. She's the one that bought you the shot earlier. Would you mind carrying her out? We're like, okay, fine, we'll help out, whatever. And so we go in there like, oh, but first, just so you know, when she gets really drunk, she hates men. She like really hates men. So we're like, oh my god, okay. So they're like, well, me and Brad tried to grab her. He grabbed her by her arms. I grabbed her by her legs right here, but I had to carry her like this because she was a bigger girl, And so I had like her knees up to my hips. So anyways, we're walking out, and then she started like waking up, out of being drunk, like flailing around. So I'm trying to hold on to her, and then she just started peeing all over herself, and it started to like hit me, and I dropped her. I'm not. You pee on me, I'm gonna drop you. I'm not R. Kelly. This is not the remix to Ignition, and it's not Fresh in the Kitchen. So, anyways, yeah. So we dropped her, and apparently they had to take her to the hospital because she got a concussion. But that's her fault, not mine. But that's the time I got peed on at a biker bar. So I probably have hepatitis, and I just don't know it.
Drinking, pee, concussion, excellent night. Yeah.
Can I just clarify? Drinking, comma, pee, comma.
Yes.
It's just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Punctuation matters.
Because the other option you have to pay extra for.
You're going to the wrong parties, man. Yeah. Yeah. Indeed.
But yeah. So I don't know, Adam, you got any stories about people peeing on you, man? Like...
Texas Mom 09. I peed in a McDonald's sink once. Seriously. Haven't we all? At one point or another?
No.
Haven't we all peed in a public sink somewhere?
Oh yeah, a truck stop. Truck stop sinks are way better than...
Adam, there must be some point in your long and varied life where you've had a public sink, you've woken up in a house and the bathroom is full, and it's a Sunday morning after a party. You must have peed in a sink at some point in your life.
No, I have not. Actually, I can say that fairly. Not in a sink where dishes go. You know, one of those special, like cleaners sinks, the ones that they have in the you know, like they're for mop buckets and stuff like that. I have in one of those.
Sink.
That counts.
Was it?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, one of those. Never a kitchen sink. Yeah.
Matthew Welch says Taco Bell, but yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I'm surprised it was pee in a Taco Bell sink and not the other way around.
Since it is, you know, my special stories. I'm going to share with you one of my special stories.
Oh dear.
Since it is almost New Year's Eve. And this is going back 25 years ago. I was hanging out with a friend. We decided to go to the dance club. It's New Year's Eve. It's Oxford Street in Sydney. It's like packed from end to end. It's a huge party, and we're in a dance club. And he handed me a little square of paper and said, "Partake, my son." I said, "Hell yeah!" And an hour later, I was sitting in the booth looking at all the brown people. Why are the people so brown and I'm so pale? Fuck. Does everyone know how white I am? They're so brown and beautiful. I want to be beautiful and brown. Literally, that was what I got caught in that cycle. We went outside to get some fresh air, and I had to pee, so we go to the alley, and I kid you not, it's stuck in my mind. It is literally the most momentous and special pee of my entire life. In an alley, I'm peeing on the wall. I had been dancing, so I'm sweaty, and I can't tell where the pee ends and where my pants begin. I can't tell if I'm peeing on my pants or the wall. It all feels wet and warm and moist, and I just want to sleep, and I'm happy. And I peed for like an hour. It felt like an hour. And then I realized that I'm standing in the middle of the alley, not next to the wall, peeing. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah, really kicking in now. I'm going to tuck this thing away. It's New Year's. Should I go home or should I party some more? And I went and partied some more.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Like it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
I have cool stories. Eve goes and tells his.
Oh, so good. So good. Could you imagine the other people that watching Steve and they're like, what is that dude doing? And
Well, if they're at the same club, they probably know what's up.
because they would have seen this, they would have been like, you know, Steve standing there, and then the moment of realization, and he's gone.
You have to keep in mind, I'm wearing blue denim flares that are 3 inches too long, so they're like flaring out onto the ground. They're probably soaked in piss, and they're like 13-inch wide on each leg, so they're skin tight, and then they just go out. So yeah, it probably was not a good scene in any way from the outside. From the inside, I felt all warm and safe until I realized I was standing in the middle of the road.
Living in London, I saw that quite a lot because the public toilets, you either had to pay to get into them or there wasn't any around. And you did see that quite often, people relieving themselves in the streets. That was no big deal, but you did see it a lot.
But were they up against a wall, a fence, or were they just like in the middle of the road?
Depends.
Smiling.
Yeah.
We just call that San Francisco here in the States. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, see, that's a whole different thing. That's squat and drop.
I saw a guy walking and pooping his pants once. Like he was wearing shorts and it would just run down his leg. He just kept walking.
Yeah, that's always a
Ooh.
that's always a sad thing to see because yeah, they know it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see
Well, it's the anecdote says, wait, still wearing flares 25 years ago? 25 years ago was the height of the acid revolution, rave nation across the country and in the UK. And I'm sorry that the US completely missed out on everything that was truly rave. And yes, flares came back big time, just for a little period of time. But we were all on acid, so. You know.
So that means I can wear my Jamco jeans again. Is that right?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
we talk about like old style when we've all lived through the Jinko era and we all wore Jinkos.
Is that how you say it? Jinko.
Yeah, Jinko, J-N-C-O. Yeah, I remember those things were the coolest things ever. You'd be tripping over crap, stepping on your buddy's legs all the time, you know, trying to use them with your soaps, you know, and hit a curb and then
Soaps. Wow.
Those were the coolest things ever. I remember when I was a kid. You remember, like, you think you like, oh, like a Buzz Lightyear for a kid or like a skateboard. No, I saw one day I walked out of middle school, you know, it was like 6th grade. Some kid was like, move, and like ran. I was like,
I need me some of those.
that's so cool. I was like, dude, what did you do? Did you make those? He's like, no, my mom bought them. Get out of my way. I was like, okay, my bad, dude.
Could you buy soap shoes from Hot Topic? Is the real question.
No, I bought the cheap ones that were like Healy soap combos made from like Wish.com in 1993. So like they were terrible. It was basically like a razor scooter stuck to a sole of a shoe somehow. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I never got a good pair of soaps. I tried looking them up a couple years ago, and like, man, you got to pay like $500 for a pair now, like the classic one, like the originals.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm saving up
Oh,
for my LA Gear high tops, so I'll have to wait for that.
I just want to get a pair of soaps and listen to POD, man.
Feel so alive. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Texas Mama was talking about pictures from the zoo. I went to the zoo. I don't know if we talked about this on Sunday, but that was an interesting juxtaposition. I don't know how to use that word properly in context, but that's the word I'm going to go with. Going to see animals in captivity, but in the same vein, the zoo does so much for conservation. So it's a weird thing going to a zoo when you're you're an overthinker. But the strange thing was she was saying there about the panda. There were pandas. South Australia pays a lot of money to have pandas here for a breeding program. And the really strange thing was that there are two pandas, and both of them were, in separate, holding areas. Yep. Not really cages, but certainly locked off from each other. And then there's this other thing that they were playing a video replay of the panda in a completely different room. And I was like, I don't quite understand this. You only have two pandas. Why are you playing a replay? Is that for the tourists? Is that for what's going on here? It was very, very strange, but it was really nice. Yeah. And that's all I have to say about that.
Did you have to do did you do the pet zoo and stuff? Like, we got like your hands flat and like, they like eat this, like the goats are like, oh, you're going to eat my hand, but they don't.
Yeah, I think a lot of things that were, COVIDized, so there wasn't much of that. But yeah, that's right.
Did the animals have to wear masks? I'm curious.
Yes, that's a firm yes. Yeah, the
Did
giraffes.
you imagine it with like a Breeze Tones mask?
yeah, the giraffe one was a long way up. It was yeah.
So, Steve.
Yes.
This new stream pad thing you got.
Yes.
Do something cool.
Show us. Talk about it. Tell us.
Leave.
Yeah.
I got a problem. My second camera is shit and needs to be replaced. It likes to turn off. There you go. Second camera. Woo!
Nice.
Okay, there you go. That's something exciting.
He's saving it all the good stuff. He's saving all the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm saving all the good stuff for my channel.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Yeah. Awesome.
So when you bought that beer, did you have to buy it straight from Canada, or was it like $14 like it is in America to get an import?
$16 from Dan Murphy.
Oh wow.
How much?
16
That's a six
for
pack.
six pack.
Oh my goodness! I was like, what?
Yeah, $16 a bottle. No, fuck
Yeah,
that.
and a $130 packet of cigarettes as well
Well,
to
that
go
is
with it.
literally like the other side of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Did it come on like a SpaceX drone or something, like through the intercontinental ballistic? I can't even talk right now. Dennis Michael says Steve's still buzzed.
Yeah, a little bit. It's working its way off. Catch up.
Nice. Hydrate, homie. Make sure you get some of that water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not water. That's beer.
That's beer. I drink water beer. I drink spicy water, like the Coors and all that stuff, and the literal seltzers.
Spicy water?
I call it spicy water because it's not a real beer, you know.
Damn.
Because when you pee, it's still clear.
The kids here call it bubble water. It's got to have bubbles. Bubble water. Yeah.
Sparkling waters.
Yeah. Maybe you can both explain this to me. Where did the term water come from? What is that from?
Is that your American accent?
No, it's when people like the washer, or have a bottle of water, or with an R. Where is that from? Is that from a film, or is that just people being silly?
I don't know. I think maybe it's just a dialect because, like, I say water. I don't know. Is that what you
Water.
mean?
No,
Water.
I've seen people in their stories putting an extra R, so it's WARTER.
Oh, you're just coming to realize the fact that anyone can use the internet.
I'm so stupid.
Nah, man, you just sheltered.
There we go. Why with Big G? That's a Philly thing. Thank you.
Oh, WUDD. Who you following in Philly?
Oh, I don't know.
You got like a guy that does like Philly cheesesteak, like artisan sandwiches. You follow it, and he's like, you just stand, let's go good with the water.
What can I say? I'm worldwide. I'm a worldwide fam, yo. Yeah.
So with that accent you were doing, could you do a whole sentence like that? Because that was probably like the best accent I've heard you ever do. It sounds like very like I'm a foreign guy doing an American accent on a Netflix special, you know?
See, on the spot, no. But if I dropped it in context, I promise you before the end of the show, I will give you a sentence in an accent. I just not on the spot, but I will do that.
Guys, there's always something. There's always a surprise.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Yep. Michelle, no, it was somebody else. They were talking about their washing machine, and they were saying you're going to wash it. You're going to wash it.
Wash it?
Got to wash it. Yeah. Put it in the washing machine. That's what it was. Actually, I think it was TT Vape. Yeah, it was him. He was making a joke of it. But I don't know where he lives.
Well, it's like, I don't know. I always find humor in like British, like UK or anybody from over there's accents because it's like schedule. It's like a shed and a jewel. My schedule. Let me check my schedule.
Schedule.
Oh, it's a fucking hot day, isn't it? Like, that's my favorite. I love that word so much. I can't do the accent, and I hate doing it because it doesn't do it justice. But I always catch myself like, oh, that's a fucking dumb man. Like, I was at work today, and I was like, you're a fucking idiot, ain't you? You know? And I was like, oh, that's not even the right words. Like, I'm just fucking... Josh Apathy just got it. He's like, oh, water.
Yeah.
Water.
Is it schedule or schedule?
Schedule.
Schedule.
Like with a K.
Right.
Definitely schedule.
Yeah. Schedule. Let me check my schedule.
Mm.
Get a Bobby in a lorry.
But is it lawyer or solicitor?
No, but whatever it is, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, is it like lawyer or solicitor? Like, is that like a different term for a legal person? And my expansive knowledge of words, apparently. Spicy water.
I want that. I want that toy. It's not fair.
Now Steve's just got to figure out how to do the subliminal advertising, you know, and in between cut scenes, like.
Yeah.
That'd be the greatest marketing campaign. Just pay people for that.
Like that one. Yeah.
Advocate for Liberty says in the chat, JCO1 pods work great for THC. And I'll tell you, there's no pod that vapes good and no THC that vapes good. You don't get fully baked. You get half baked and not as good as the meat.
Truth? Is that truth?
Yeah, there's no way that you're vaping unless you're vaping flower from like a volcano. When you vape stuff, because I have like little cartridges, right? You buy from the dispensary, and they do not do the full job. It's like Diet Dr Pepper, you know.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Interesting. But yet you might get that what do they call it? The ammonia lung. You'll get the ammonia lung from it.
Yeah, that's salmonella. Salmonella. I'm gonna say that at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, you guys freaking salmonella? Like, excuse me. I'm like salmonella. Also, Mowgli Vape says aluminum. I don't know what that is. Oh, aluminum. Never mind.
Aluminum.
Yep.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
No, aluminium. Yeah.
That thing you put on your hat when it's really, really cold.
Look at him shelling himself now.
Goodness me.
We're just gonna use Steve for adverts. We're gonna have people pay Steve to advertise on our channel when we do Amigos Monday. Now, you guys, we're selling out. Check out this cool fucking Dodge Raptor we bought.
Oh dear. Texas Mama says Caitlin's going to learn how to make coils next year. Insane. Awesome. That's cool. Very, very cool. That actually brings up an interesting point. Goals for next year. Are you goal setters? Are you thoughts on next year? Anything you'd like to achieve?
I would like to overthrow the government across the world and institute a pro-vape policy and freedom policy and a universal basic income policy unilaterally for everyone, man, woman, child, young and old. Other than that, I just kind of want to make better videos.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And maybe a movie.
Nice. I'd vote for that. In fact, I'd buy it for $1.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'll do you one better. I got $1.50. What's up? How do I put quarters in this thing? As far as like big time goals, no, not really. I'll be honest. I never really have like big time goals to plan ahead of, besides staying alive. But not to sound dramatic, just in general sense of things. But I will say, trying to figure out scheduling more, just be more active on here. Try and keep up with the hangouts on the the channel, and then also, what about the camera again? It's been a long time. I've been slacking.
Get some photography. Yeah.
I've been super lazy. Anything you guys see lately that I'll post is all a repost from something I've done before. So I'm just trying to keep the page, consistently, when I want to, with stuff going. But I kind of just slacked off for a long time, and I don't have the excuse of being busy now because I wasn't doing it when I had nothing going on. So that's not an excuse that I'm going to settle for anymore, and I want to try and do more photos.
Sometimes that break can be a good thing though as well. Like you might find when you come back to it that taking a different approach, or a little bit more. I guess that would be one of those things. I mean, you were doing that all the time for a job, so there's that in your brain as well, so it'd be interesting to come back to it as just Chris,
disassociating it with work.
Yeah, 100%.
When you do stuff all the time, day in, day out, things become very routine, very habit-based. You have a certain way of working, especially when you've got deadlines, like you've got to work your way through. So there's a procedure you go through, workflow, and you work. It improves for a while, but then it kind of plateaus, and you get bored of it. And you pull away, and you forget half the shit and you have to relearn it again. And you learn new ways, and all of a sudden you get more excitement out of things. So you might find that, you get really, really a lot more creative once you throw yourself past that first week.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's an exciting thought because you're not even putting any pressure on you, or there is no pressure on you to to do something that you obviously very much like to do. So that's a way to frame it. No pressure, exciting.
And I got a friend that wants to hang out next week and do some pictures. It's someone I've worked with before, so it's going to be comfortable and to get back in the groove. It's going to be portraits. It's not going to be products. And there's nothing against taking product photos. I mean, I think I'll toot my own horn. I think I take fucking bitchin' product photos, but I don't want to do studio anymore. I wasn't sick of studio. I was really liking where it was going, but I don't want to do studio anymore because not that it's what everyone's doing, but like there is like, an artistry behind it, but it's still like an advertising thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to take photos to advertise stuff, but I want it to be artistic.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond just, cool colors, background, shiny bokeh. What's up, bro? I don't use Photoshop in my bio, but somehow I made this shit float. Anyways, right now I'm just...
Whoa!
No, if anyone knows in the big community, you know who I'm talking about. And, I'm just being a little petty there, but like people say they don't use certain things, and they do. There's no way that you get those kind of edits without... God damn it, Steve, you're going to make me... What?
Let's make
I like it. He does it like that because when he's barely zoomed out, when he's a little blurry, he kind of looks like the Abe Lincoln statue.
He does. Yeah, I think I buy ketchup with that man's face on my ketchup bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that, Steve.
Oh no, my battery's run out. I'm permanently blurry.
For reals?
No.
Oh, that's so hard to not look at. There was a question in chat, I think, from Mr. Tim. Where was it?
What have I done? What have I done?
I saw it. There was a panel question. Damn it. Oh, there it is. An advocate for Libby. What are you most proud of doing in 2020? It doesn't have to be vape related. I think we were kind of getting there, but if there's anything else anyone would like to add. Steve's disappeared.
Was it vape related or not vape related? I'm kind of shut it out. I'm sorry.
Doesn't have to be vape related. No.
Honestly, I know it's not like something that's really super productive in my life, but I'm kind of proud of like how I got this kind of all set up with all the lights and everything, and I feel like the production value of things that I put effort into on here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I do like, and especially because I've definitely on this year more reliantly done YouTube because it's me being social because I'm not going out in person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to try to I know I get people like, oh, you do it because it looks cool for you, but I want to do it because people like to watch me.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I like to do stuff like that. So I'm kind of proud of that, because I got a couple compliments. So.
Yeah. No, indeed. And justified. Very much so. I kind of have two, and they're both very self-indulgent. So, I don't want it to come across that way. At the start of this current year, I had some surgery before the start of the year, so last November, and I let my physical health go a bit, also with a bit of recovery. There was 3 months there where I had to do nothing but sit down, and since basically March, I guess, I've been working on my own physical health, and it's not an easy thing to do. It's hard to get into the motivation of wanting to better yourself, but I feel I've come a long way. So that was a huge win, to get on top of that. Oh, I don't know. I guess the thought of, being an older person, and also, in 20 years' time, what's my abilities going to be like? And I think I'm more worried about, going, okay, I'm 10 years there, I didn't do anything, or I didn't, I didn't have the philosophy of lose. What do they say? Use it or lose it. So I've been doing that and making time to push your life out of the way to better that kind of thing is not an easy task, so it can be done for all of those who are thinking about it. You can do it. You just got to want it, so that was a really big goal for me. Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to be funny. Seriously, you look great, man.
Oh.
I'm not trying to sign your DMs either.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's it's a hard one, when you got to like everything. I think people think that it's going to the gym, and it's not just that. I mean, sleep and food are far more important than actual physical working out. I mean, it's certainly part of it, but changing your patterns and your daily is not the easy thing to do. That's the hard one that requires the most work. It's easy to go to the gym, or to do the work, but the other stuff, everything that supports those are the hard ones you gotta get over. So it's doable. You just gotta want it, But yeah, the other.
Because you change your diet and everything.
Yeah. Well, a little research and those kind of things, and if you look in the right areas, and I don't know, like whole food is such an easy way to go about it, and we cook a lot anyway, but the choices of what we eat was one of those really big things, and people say it all the time, you are what you eat, and that really is true. I mean, even in taking water, more water, and water. Water. Got to drink more water. There you go. See, I told you I'd do it. That scored a -3. But yeah, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Yeah. I'll shut up now.
I don't know if you heard the question, but
I did hear the question. I think the one thing that I'm most proud of this past year is that prior to this year, I just sat here, I made my videos, I reviewed products, I threw them up online, I answered a few comments, and that was pretty much it. But with the concept of streaming, with both this channel and the various things that I've been doing on my channel, the amount of friends that I've made around the world has been just really, really gratifying. Like some really, really awesome people. You two, of course, included in that list. But yeah, it's just been really, really cool just to get to know people all around the world, and know that there are like-minded people, different viewpoints, but we're all come together in a big family. That's kind of been awesome and eye-opening.
100%.
And if you guys have ever been in a Legion Vapes chat, you'll see people from all over the world in there sharing love. So it's really a good hodgepodge of everyone together having a good time.
I was going to write this in chat, but there's an awful lot of things that people are doing, inspired by, have achieved. You're all amazing people, and I don't want to say the word goals. Here's another 2 seconds on Adam's soapbox. Goals is such a hard word because it effectively can put you in a setup for failure. So tasks. I love that word, task, because if you don't do it, it's not a failure. So goal is a hard one, and it sets you up. Tasks. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's nothing is too big, little steps. But congratulations to you all, because changing shit is fucking hard. And I said the F-bomb. There you go. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's a task I have for the new year. Get more fucking sound bites. I've been too lazy.
Yeah, Vandal.
I did find this webpage that you can do them straight from the webpage, but I can't control the volume, and I tried them around, I think it was on Friday, and it was terrible. I went back to hear the replay, and we're all talking, haha, joking. I was like, this would be perfect. Then all of a sudden, I'm apologizing to your ears now. I was like, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, yeah.
Production, all the dollars going straight into production.
Yeah. If I can't buy it on Amazon, it's just not going to work.
I thought you'd given up on Amazon and moved to Wish.
I wish. No. You can't get anything from Wish anymore, man. Are you kidding me? You couldn't trust them to ship you something within 6 months before. Imagine now. Anyone in the chat, if you bought anything from Wish, and I won't make fun of you for buying from Wish, just let us know, because we all know it's a bougie coils. You shouldn't do that. No, I'm kidding, but... Did you get anything from Wish? If you did buy anything from Wish, because I am curious, because I don't think you'd get anything. I remember, what was it, last year? I bought, here, I'm not going to pull it all the way up, but my Fallout mouse pad, right? I bought that, and it's definitely not it's not licensed or nothing. It took 8 months, and that was pre-COVID. So I imagine that if you buy something from there now, it's going to take it's going to get here by the time World War III is already started, and you're not going to have any use for it. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's the same, but I made my first purchase from Alibaba, and it was here within 2 weeks. It was a very respectable shipping time.
Alibaba is like Amazon, though. They're a respectable company.
Right. Okay.
That's why I love. Advocate for Liberty says they Wish cancels more orders they send out. That's happened to me a lot. Because there's a lot of stuff you buy on there, like this mouse pad, like I was saying earlier. It was $2, and $2 shipping. $4. I was like, if I get it, I get it. I don't, I don't. It's a couple of cheeseburgers. Yeah. But a lot of that stuff though, they will just cancel it on you, and it's funny because it's happened to me before. And I bought who do you want to be lenses and stuff, and I'm like, they won't look great for photos, but it might be artsy, And then they'll say it shipped 2 weeks ago, and then a week and a half after that, they're like, oh, your order has been canceled and never shipped. Here's your money back in Wish credits. I'm like, great. Now I got to buy 45 mechanical pencils with SpongeBob on them.
So they don't give you money back; you just get credit.
Depending on this retailer, because it's actually like a hosting site. They don't actually sell you anything directly, and that's how they get by with like bypassing all the laws and all that stuff, like loopholes.
Right. Cheeky. Cheeky. Very, very cheeky. Yes. Though next year, I'm assuming there is going to be lots of change. Hopefully, lots of change for next year. You know, both internally, personally, externally. Change is coming. I keep coming back to that. You know, lots of drops make the tidal wave, and I think that was what I was saying at the start of the year with advocacy, and next year is no different. So next year is going to be. I think a lot of people are just waiting for that January 1 clock to turn over so they can change their mindset.
It's the symbolism behind it, you know what I mean? It really does affect people. It's like a placebo effect, you know? There's a reason why they use them. It does work, you know? And like, not to dig on anyone if you believe it or not, it doesn't work for me necessarily, but it's easy to fall into the trend of it if everyone else around you does,
Yeah. That's it.
I think you didn't want to talk about advocacy and the events of the last couple of weeks too much earlier, but this past year in Australia, we've seen advocacy go from less than zero to full bore to quieting down a bit and then starting to ramp up. But where we're at now is just miles ahead in terms of knowledge, just the general population being active and involved, paying attention to what's going on, being curious about what's going on. Whereas, a year ago, there was so little of that. So I'm quite hopeful. I mean, even though things have gone kind of shitty, I'm still hopeful that we've got that groundswell of motion that we can keep pushing things forward. And don't forget, we do have a senator in our pocket now. Ollie Hughes is one of us. So she will continue.
100%. Look what happens. Look what happens when some people try. Like, it's just like, oh, my goodness, where did this come from? It's so good. You just... what's that quote? You don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something. It's this is what happens. Yeah. Really, really good. I 100% agree with you, Steve.
As much as the bad shit that happened, there's a lot of good stuff to build off of.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
100%. We are coming to that time, gentlemen.
Ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Time for another beer.
Time. You'll be asleep by 3.
After he's saving it all. He's gonna open it, let it pour in his belly button, and fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna change my shirt.
Yeah.
But wait, I'm confused and I'm just curious. Did you open it with your belly button?
I opened it with my shirt.
Gotcha. Okay. No, because I've seen people do that, and I tried it once, and all I did was rip out all my hair.
Well, you can do it. This one, you open it on your.
I can't do any of the weird stuff.
I'm not manly enough for that.
Yep. But I'm going to say it again. We really, really, really very much appreciate everyone, all year, spending your quality time with us. We realize it's not easy, but we very much appreciate, the community and anyone who, is doing other things in the community. It's hugely inspirational, and it never ceases to stop amazing us. So thank you for everything this year. Vandal, thank you. Legion, thank you, you filthy animal. We will be back. We will be back next year. There may be some changes on the way. But we're certainly absolutely going to be 100%.
Changes?
Well, I'm just saying that because that was an asterisk. I'm not sure.
We've got changes?
Change is always on the horizon.
That's right. Change is always on the horizon. But we will see you next year.
I saw that in a camp counselor's office once.
Yeah. Spicy water. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Anyone else?
I'll go ahead. Oh, yeah. Okay. God damn it, Steve, I want the spicy water now. So I want to close out tonight. Like Adam said, thank you all for being here. It's been an amazing year. We didn't even really get into what we had on the channel and the guests, but we've had a lot of amazing people. We've got to meet a lot of amazing people, and we've got to have you here and talk to us and show your attention to us for whatever reason it is, and we're happy that we're here to give a positive aspect on anything. So thank you. I will be doing a short show this Friday for the Friday Fallout. It is Christmas, so if you guys got nothing going on, we'll be doing a short little hangout, just playing some games, having some fun. Otherwise, like Adam said, Amigos Monday next year, and you can get his coils at localvape.com. You can get them at what is it? God damn it, a G Long Vape Co. You can get them at Victory Vape. You can get them at Steel Valley Vapors and 777s, and that's all I remember.
I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Steve already said his right there on the screen. He doesn't even have to talk. Steve has reached weak, bearded man that's tired of everyone's shit.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it, dude. Well, at least it's not beef jerky.
Oh, I should have thought of that. That would have been better.
But yeah, so if you guys got nothing going on Christmas, we'll be around the hangout. We're always here to love, show some love.
Awesome.
You gonna say anything, or are you just gonna put it on the screen?
No, I've nothing to say. I've said it every episode for the last year. I appreciate everyone who tunes in. I appreciate your community-minded spirit, the fact that you support us, the fact that you let us know when we're being stupid, that you laugh along at us when we're being stupid, that you put up with all our potatoes and fucking around with new gear and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a highlight. Like I said, I went out this morning to do chores and heavy lifting and sweaty stuff, and first thing I said is I have to be back by 1. Like I'm just dropping and running. I have to be back for the show because I look forward to this.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah. 100%.
One of the highlights of my week.
Thank you for providing us our place of therapy.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Awesome. All right. This will be the sign off. Big love. Oh, wow. I just looked at my screen then and went, I didn't touch anything. Awesome. Big love, everyone. Thank you for everything. We will see you next year. So next week we will be taking a little breather. Next week there will be no show. There will be Friday Fallout, as Chris was saying, this Friday, and Legion will be on every single day between now and 2030. Thank you all for being here, and we hope you have an amazing next 2 weeks, and see you on the other side.